What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you with another market watch today. 2019 Megatins is pretty much out. I think we're past the honeymoon phase of the 2019 Megatins, and looking at the values, they're pretty low. Cards like Danger Jackalope being the most expensive card of the set is barely holding on to $14. Boros Dragon barely holding on to $13. Danger Chujinoko barely holding on to $8, and that is your three most expensive cards of the set. Other cards like Call by the Grave, which was around $10, is barely holding on to $8, and Danger Nessie is about $7, and Skystriker Mobilized Engage is $7, and it feels so good to say Skystriker Mobilized Engage as a $7 card, being the fact that this card definitely used to be not that. Looking at other cards like the Thunder Dragons, which are relatively inexpensive, and we're starting to see more Thunder Dragons top regional events. Who'd figure? Now, one thing about this is I'm actually pretty excited about Thunder Dragons because there's two ways to play the deck, and there's no wrong answers. There's a more expensive route running the cards like Phantasme and all those other spicy kind of cards that are relatively expensive, and there's a cheaper route, and both are good. Both actually see play, and both have gotten players in the past 2 weeks their invite. Thunder Dragon is definitely a deck if you're looking to try something different, try something new, even though it's been out for a while. It's a deck I would recommend to play. In fact, it's a deck I'm currently playing right now, and a deck I put Ultigeist in the back burner for to play, because I think this is the best deck of the meta right now that nobody really knows about, nobody's really talking about right now, because they're too busy focusing on the next deck, which I'll be talking about in this video in 2 seconds. But yeah, looking at Thunder Dragons, they're relatively inexpensive, and another side deck card that they play is a Trap Trick, which helps get you to eradicate Epidemic Virus, which I hear is pretty good against, Sky Strikers. I think Sky Strikers would see more play with these reprints if Sky Strikers didn't get hit as hard as they had been hit in the previous ban list. Not that they didn't need to be hit, they obviously need to be hit, but like if they wasn't hit, I think they would see just as much play as Thunder Dragons, if not more. Other cards like Red Reboot used to be like a $5 super rare, is now barely holding on to 4. And all these cards in the Megatins. Well, the question has to be asked. What's happening to the Megatins value? Like, are these cards going to go up in value all throughout time? Are we going to see sporadic value? Or are we going to see a long duration of just no value? Well, we already have our answer. And a lot of you players, all you have to do is just look at the next tab over here. Boom. Dual Power. Dual Power is the answer to 2018 Megatins. It was a heavily reprint set, a heavily wanted set, and most importantly, a heavily open set. A set opened so much, the values of almost everything in Dual Power immediately dropped within the first week to 2 weeks. Kind of like the values of the 2019 Gold Star Megatin pack. Now, we do have some values going up, like Infinite Permits, which at one point was roughly around like 30s. We're seeing it actually almost near $45 for Infinite Permits, which, okay, this is definitely going up. Well, here's the question. Can it still remain going up for Infinite Permits? I mean, Dual Devastate is coming out soon. Will this be in it? We don't know yet. But we do know the other values as far as Dual Power is not really that crazy high. The next most expensive card is Evenly Matched, and the card's $10. $10! Evenly Matched, your second most expensive card in a reprint set. Well, looking at Danger Jackalope, the next most expensive card is Boros Dragon. Now, both of these cards, Boros and Evenly are kind of, in the same kind of reference. A lot of players were playing 3 Evenly by the time this card was brought out. Some players are still playing Evenly. A lot of players are playing Boros Dragon. I don't know if some players are not playing this card, but they should. Anyway, looking at Dual Power, we can see a lot of the values just being less than anything. I mean, Ash from Joy Springs is $11, but it's about to get a reprint. That value is going down. Heretic Seal Heavenly Spears actually kind of went up a little bit. $7. Cyber Dragon Nastra being roughly $8 because of Cyber Dragon Orcus. We're seeing this one go up in value. And then you got other cards like Ghost Ogre and Borreload and Ghost Spell. These are your money cards being respectively at $4 to $5. Well, looking at the 2018 Megatins, 2018 Gold Star Megatins, it's roughly around the same price point. These are a little bit higher, but people are still going in and grabbing the Megatins. Konami still has stock and still selling to stores, who are still selling to players, who are going to be opening these products, and whatever they cherry pick that they don't want, they get sold online, and the value definitely goes down. So the question remains, common question of the day, do you still need anything in the 2019 Megatins? And if you do, are you playing the lottery? Or are you just going in and buying the singles? Are you just going in online, TCG Player, and just grabbing those things? By the way, if you guys want to support the channel, click in the description, bookmark my TCG player link. I'd greatly appreciate if you guys hit that. That would basically allow you to go, whenever you go online and you buy something, TCG player does not get 100% of everything. A little percentage goes to support this channel, and once again, I greatly appreciate that. And if you guys want to add a comment question, type it down in the comment section below. I answer all your comments. Well, I read all your comments. I don't really answer. I answer myself. And then hit the subscribe button and hit the like button for the channel. It goes a long way to help supporting the channel, and I really appreciate it, Paisanos. Moving forward, Legendary Duelist Immortal Destiny Booster Box coming out 9/27/2019. So most of these Legendary Duelist boxes are okay. They have a lot of collective value. Everyone gets excited. Every now and then they'll have a card that actually sees competitive play, which I'm not sure the person who makes the Legendary Duelist boxes, I'm not sure that's their intention, but that is what it is, you know. When they said, oh yeah, Spear Mode, was that Legendary Collection? Because Spear Mode card of the Mind, it's one of those cards. They're like, yeah, this is a great card for collectors. And competitive players are like, yeah, for collectors. And then they just see meta play. Anyway, look at Legendary Duelist Immortal Destiny booster boxes. We have one of those situations. For any control player out there, this one's for you. This card's coming out in that set. Predator Plant, Tri-Fi over to Rum. Bro. Anyway, 3 Dark Monsters on the field is all it needs. And gains attack equal to total attack of all the monsters with Predator counter. You use only each effect of the following effects of that dude once per turn. When your opponent summons a monster from the extra deck where you control this future summon card, quick effect, you can negate the summon, and if you do, destroy the monsters. If your opponent controls a monster with Predator counters, you can summon this card from your graveyard in defense mode. The card's pretty good, and I'm pretty sure it can be used with Sewer Poly. It's a fusion, level 9, 3 on attack, 3 on offense. If that's the case, control players get another card in the arsenal. If that is to be the case. Once again, I don't 100% know, but if that's true, this set actually has some more competitive value, which is pretty good. Moving forward, Cyber Emergency. Bought out. Just bought out. Now, we talked about this card throughout the week, actually. And I talked about specifically about Cyber Dragons and Cyber Dragon Orcus, which in my opinion, it still is currently the best deck in the meta. It's kind of cool how we're seeing week by week the meta evolve. It goes to control, it goes to combo, it goes to Dragonlink combo, and it goes to Thunder Dragons. And now, realistically, it goes to Cyber Dragon Orcus for this week. Who knows what it'll be next week? Which is kind of cool. I really do like this meta a lot. I like how we're having a constantly shifting meta. I think it's really fun and makes the game that much more intuitive for the players to go, okay, what's the best deck? Do I play that deck, or do I find a deck that just smashes that deck and play against anyone who's playing that deck and just get my free wins? You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of that, it's a fun balance. But looking at Cyber Emergency, the value of this card is currently $34. And no, it's not. There's 2 listed for about $38. After that one's done, it's about $40 for a playset of Cyber Emergency. There's only 5 left on TCG Player, and then they're sold out of Cyber Emergency. I mean, obviously, you go on Troll Toad, you go on eBay. The only reason I use TCG Player because it's the most stable version out of all of them. Looking at Cyber Dragon Infinity, we talked about this one as well. Breakers of Shadows, original print, secret rare, $5.70 in the market price. Unlimited's about, you know, about 9, almost 10. And Light Play First Edition is roughly around $10. You only need 1 if you're looking to play the deck, but you definitely need this card. And it's original print First Edition. Now, if you want to get the other version, like the version from the 2016 Megatin, they're about $5 to $6. So, yeah, original print. Not so original print, but still secret rare, same rarity. And then you have Cyber Dragon Infinity coming out, Legendary Dragon decks, the ultra rare, about $4, which is not that bad. I mean, it's under its $5 market price. Then we have System Down. You know, System Down. Now listen, I know I've been hammering you guys hard with System Down, and getting a lot of people in the comment section going, V, you're absolutely wrong. This card's terrible. You could use fill in the blank dot card, which makes no sense. That's the good card. Well, no. System Down's actually a pretty good card. You see, you get Cyber Dragon Orcus, they have 2 negates. They have, ideally, 2 negates. Realistically, they probably have 1. But ideally, 2 negates. One's going to be Cyber Dragon Infinity, other one's going to be Orcus Crescendo. That's their 2 negates. Let's say you get through both of those negates and you System Down them. How badly does that hurt? I'll tell you what. Ask any Cyber Dragon player how badly that card hurts, and they'll act like a vampire in sunlight. They'll just like hover away from you. It works really good, but somehow, some reason, people are like, "No, V, you're wrong." Guys, I'm just trying to get you there. I'm just trying to get you done. Now, I think this card's a great card still. I think, you know, once again, we went over the ultimate rare price, and now looking at the super rare price, we're starting to see it slowly go up. It's almost about $3 higher than its $2 market price. You can do whatever you want to do, boo-boo. But I really recommend you grab this card. Hell, you grab a common one out of the raw yellow mega pack. It's like $1. You can grab any common version. Just make sure to have your playset. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm trying to get you prepared for the meta. And we don't know. Once again, unlike the previous metas, once again, Control, Dragon Link, Thunder Dragon Orcus, all this silly stuff, Thunder Dragon Orcus, Kaiju, Grand Maju, whatever. Unlike all that silly stuff, this actually might stick. The Cyber Dragon Orcus can easily evade cards like, oh my god, my brain shot that. Easily evade cards like Nibiru, and just keep making combo. That's pretty scary. Well, how do you answer something like that? You answer it by playing System Down and just going, do it again, the card. Oh, you can't bring back stuff banished? I mean, you could, but not really? Cool. Do it again, the card. That's what the card says. It says, great job on your board. You worked really hard on that. Wasted 20 minutes of my life. Thanks for that. I'll pay 1,000 life points to make you redo everything. It's pretty good. Anyway, you do whatever you want to do. I got my playset already. I'm content. My buddies grabbed their playset. They're content. And any Paisanos out there that grabbed their playset, I'm pretty sure they're feeling pretty content. This is definitely a good card. And if Cyber Dragon Orcus remains to be the meta deck, and that's a key point here. If it remains to be the meta deck, well, this card's definitely going to be the card that's going to be the meta side choice. That's what I'm trying to say. Because, once again, we had a lot of decks shift, a lot of decks rotate out. Who knows? I'm just throwing it out there for you guys. No, don't yell at me in the comment section too much. 5-World Dragon's other card is currently banned, obviously. Now, I don't think it's going to come off the ban list. I highly doubt it'll come off the ban list. But what if it did come off the ban list? 5-World Dragon originally coming out of DUELIST being roughly around under $5, a little higher than its $4 market price, as well as the 2018 Megatin being roughly around $4. Now, I cut mines on a live stream when I found this card's banned because I hate this card that much. I really hated this card, and I still do hate this card a lot. It's a really bad effect for a really broken card that could use a simpler errata to save once per turn, but Konami never decided to do it. In fact, they thought this was the main pro tag card. A lot of people did for a long while, until Konami came out and said, that's the main pro tag card. That's how bad this card was and how broken the effect was. It's crazy if you really think about it. But looking at 5-World Dragon and looking at the fact that Konami can easily bring this back with the same errata, like I said earlier, just make the passive effect once per turn, hard once per turn, I think it would really fix this card. Well, with that said, if the card that was to happen, this card would come off the ban list. Wouldn't you agree? And if it would come off the ban list, what would the value be of 5-World Dragon? Especially a card that only had a printing in the Code of Duelist, as well as the 2018 Mega Pack. I think it would go up high in value. The hype alone would still create this card to go up high in value. So if you don't have any, I don't have any. It's time we all start grabbing some of these cards. Also, Zodiac. Now, some people go, V, I don't want Zodiac to come back. They were really broken. And I get it, Yu-Gi-Oh! Players from like a couple of years ago. I get it. But common day Yu-Gi-Oh! Players know that Zodiacs aren't that big of a deal. Zodiac Trident is not as explosive as it was a couple of years ago. Zodiac Trident against current common day decks is a joke. What they're going to hit, if you're playing Strikers, and they have Trident on board, and you go Hayate, are they going to pop your Hayate? Okay. I'll just bring out Ray, and then I'll swing, and then I'll use Ray's effect, and we'll just bring on another guy, and oh, look at that Kagari, I'll just grab an effect, and I'm going to smack you again, and thank you for that, I really appreciate that effect. Like, it's not as good. But why would Konami bring this back, you ask? Well, we know in Japan, Link Reigns it's going to be adding support for a lot of decks. In fact, we know this so well that there's some speculation and Yu-Gi-Oh! Conspiracy theories happening right now in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Mark Watch Facebook group. If you're not a member of that, once again, grab the link, read that conspiracy, it's popping up, and some insider knowledge could be at full here. But anyway, looking at Zodiacs, there's also another deck that that Konami knows that Yu-Gi-Oh! Players recently played, might not like a lot, but would love to see link support for. Why would they not do it? They know it's fresh in the minds of a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players. They can make a link, and since everyone still knows it, and everyone kind of, let's be honest, is scared out of their mind of Zodiacs, it'd be kind of cool for Konami to sell into the fear. Fear equals money. Look at Harvey's Feather Duster. The values are all over the place. I think Harvey Feather Duster is still a great card to come off the ban list. And I think this card should definitely come off the ban list, if you want my honest opinion about that. Well, what would that do for the value of Harvey's Feather Duster? Money. Harvey's Feather Duster, a Stereo Destined Duel, the Prismatic Secret Rare, even though it's a Secret Rare, Prismatic Secret Rare promos, market price is currently $16. The average stabilization price for this, for a long while, was roughly around $12. Now, trying to find one, let's see. Heavily played, moderately played. Okay, here we go. A lightly played one currently is $11 on the market. If you do not have a Harvey's Feather Duster, I would recommend you go in and grab this version. This is the best version besides that insanely overpriced version of the card. And to be honest with you, I think this should be the card, and here's another reason why. I think Konami, if they were smart, which I don't think they're a dumb company, I think they would bring Harpy's Featherluster as their ultra reprint in Dual Devastator, and then, oh, look at this banlist Harpy's Featherluster. They could do the same with Max C, by the way. They could be like, Max C Ultra Rare Dual Devastator. Oh, Max C with the banlist. And Yu-Gi-Oh players would be so easily transitioned into that change. You wouldn't get Yu-Gi-Oh players really getting upset. They'd be like, oh, okay, thank you. But ultimately, okay, that's better. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think looking into Harpy's Featherluster, looking into Maxi, I think, and this is all speculation upon Dual Devastator. I said that we all don't know about. All of us, right? Once again, you get conspiracy theories. I do think that Harpy's, and check out the Yu-Gi-Oh! Mark Facebook group. But, yeah, I do think Harpy's Featherluster is definitely a card you want to go in and grab. There's also secrets from Legendary Collection, Joey's World, Yugi's World. They have their secrets. They're roughly around $9 to $10. Joey's World somehow like 11 because Joey's better. Harpy's Featherluster from the rare versions from the Battle Pack up down to 8, and the Star 4 rares are roughly around $10. And then you got Tournament Pack 8 versions, which are sitting at a cool $650. Why though? Okay, moving forward to Public Judgment. This is something that I don't know if any other content creator has brought this up. I think I was the first one to really bring it up and talk about it concurrently on Ban's prediction videos, and this discuss this card in general. We saw in the previous ban list a couple of other content creators start bringing it into the fold as well, and it's a real question. Why don't we have Harpy's Featherluster being brought back into this game? Is it really that broken of a card? Are spellbooks that broken? I understand one guy taught with spellbooks somewhere in the area, which, I mean, I'm not sure how their regionals are, but Spellbook's top, like, come on, man. Let's be real about this for a second. Let's be adults. Spellbook's top, like, okay. But, moving forward, why can't this card come back at all? I mean, I'm not talking about the 2014 Mega Pack ones. I mean, they're like $3 to $4. They can have a possibility of going up in value, sure. But Spellbook Judgment from Lord of Tachyon Galaxy, being a $4.60 market price card, having unlimited copies beyond the $5, why not? For value-wise. For playability-wise, is it really that broken to put this card to 1 and see what happens? Teacher, right over here. The answer is nothing's going to happen. Absolutely nothing's going to happen. What? More Spellbooks decks are going to top in Omaha? Alright, Omaha. You got me. That's never going to happen in like a YCS. That's one coming up in what? Niagara? We got one in Cali. And we got one in Texas. Do you think Spellbooks are going to top or even win those events? It's not gonna happen. I'm sorry. And anyone out there looking at me going, oh, it'll top V. I'll bring my spellbook deck and borrow my mom's minivan and we'll go right down to that YCS and we'll top. No, you're not going to. Don't lie to yourself. And you're spending a lot of money and mommy's gas, so use a real deck like Thunder Dragons. I'm just trying to say spellbooks are a good deck. It's a fun deck. It's a great deck to play. And I think Spellbook Judgment definitely should be at 1. And I think if it came with the ban list, obviously that would affect the price point of Spellbook Judgment. That's all I'm trying to say. I think moving forward, other content creators, as they do the Mark Watch prediction videos, a video series in which they used to hate, but now love doing, I think they will also agree with me that Spellbook Judgment definitely needs to come off the ban list. Absolutely. Then we have Shonen Jump Magazine promos. Well, these are just, kind of hard to come by, being the fact that there's no more Shonen Jump Magazine promos. Price points listing on TCG players getting thinner, with Cypher Sky Dragon being one of the most expensive cards, having only 20 price listings. You got Blue Eyes Dragon having 13. Elemental Your Stratos, 2, but not so 2. Then you got like Cypher the Sky Dragon. I mean, look at the listings on these cards. They are not many. They are super not many. And Shonen Jump Magazine promos, I think, moving forward in the future, will obviously have certain cards that might not have high value, but definitely will have cards that will have high value moving forward. So keep an eye on these, because I think these are going to be good money cards. Moving forward, we got Denko Seka, Renko Deca, as some might say. Well, last coming out in the Battles of Legends, Light's Revenge, the first Battles of Legends sets. Current price for holding this card roughly around $7. And it goes as low as $6. Oh, no. Yeah, it goes as low as $6 from the original print and new challenges. Obviously, I recommend you getting the secret rarity because it's the higher rarity. And that's about $7 for Denko Seka, because I do think this card can go up higher and higher in value. As we see more control showing any kind of dominance, the best counter to control, it's cards like Denko Seka. Other cards as well, but definitely Denko Seka. Well, control still remains to be a dominant type of deck, and it kind of should be a dominant type of deck, being the fact that you have control, you have aggro, and technically speaking, you have mid-range. And I might need to do a video about that, because I think some players are kind of confused about that. It's control, combo, mid-range, or aggro. Yeah, I'll probably do a video helping you guys out about that. Anyway, looking, and where that came from, by the way, the correct answer is Metagame. If anyone's old enough to play Yu-Gi-Oh, it's from Metagame.com. But anyway, looking at Denko Seka, it's a really good card against control, which is 1/3 of everything in Yu-Gi-Oh! As far as game mechanic-wise. So, I really think this card's going to have good value. Unless Konami hits us on a ban list, this is always going to be good. So, you better grab your playset as soon as possible. Moving forward, we want to find out what those show and jump, it's a show and jump. It's not. I'm not sure if it's show and jump. It's not show and jump. But those little prize cards. I have the 2018 right there, and I have the 2019 right there. And see what they value at. 2018, we got the Bluish Red Dragon card, which is currently roughly around $250. You also have the Dark Magician card, which is also currently $161. So mathematically, somehow putting them together in the envelope, they're $500 roughly. It just is what it is, I guess. Guess la. Then we have Must Be Born, coming from this year in the current 2019 World Championship envelope, being roughly around $100. Moving forward, we have Red Eyes Black Dragon, and that's also $124. Now, some might say that's about $250 if you have the envelope and all that stuff, which is kind of cool. Realistically speaking, this value hasn't settled yet. In fact, I think these two values for the Must Be Born and the Red Ice is going to, as we move forward and away from this envelope, will continue to rise in value. Just like I do think the value of Dark Magician and Bluish Red Dragon will also increase in value. So if you have these envelopes and you're out there, hold them. You can sell them and make quick value, or you can hold them and make long-term better value. These are 100% collector's envelopes. In fact, if you look at either one of these envelopes over here, I think the red one, the 2018 envelope, says like 1 out of 9,500, and the 2019 envelope says 1 out of 9,000. And that's it. I mean, yeah, 9,000 does sound like a lot, but as this game moves forward, as we increase in Yu-Gi-Oh players, it's not really that big of a number, to be honest with you. I don't see that being that big of a number whatsoever, and I think that a lot of people that are going to be holding this envelope a couple of years from now are going to be thinking the same thing when it's more money. Up next, Malefics. Now, I'm going to end the video just talking about a little conspiracy theory that happened on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Micro Facebook group. One person who sells cards on there said that, hey, they were like, hey, certain archetype cards are being bought out. And you can read in there, you can Market Watch, one of them was like Black Wings, another one was Malefics, and he goes, some of these are slowly being bought out in bulk from me, and I don't know who's doing it or why. It could be stores, it could be, you know, whatever, but we do know one thing. A lot of content creators went over to Konami Day, whatever the hell what they want to call it, a content creator day in Europe, and they had access to certain things that we might not have access to. Obviously, we saw them play speed duels, whoop-de-doo, but you know they might have access to things like, I don't know, Dual Devastator. They might have gotten information depending on certain cards. This all could have happened, and yeah, this is totally conspiracy V. I'm 100% conspiracy V, trying not to get suicided by Konami. But I will say, if that's the case, well, what makes it so they don't tell their buddies? And before you go, V, they won't do it. They have integrity. Really? Content creators? They have, no, they don't. no, they don't. like if I'm loyal to a card store, if I'm loyal to a good buddy of mine, my best friend right now, if he called me up and said, V, do you have anything about, and if I knew anything, I'd tell him in a heartbeat. Yeah, I totally do. Hey man, what deck you're running? Okay, buy X and Y because that's not getting reprinted, but supports for it. Wouldn't you do it? Your best friend. Wouldn't you do it? 100%. I mean, I tell my buddy, I don't care. It's Konami. I'm going to defend Konami. Probably not. Then again, some of you might say yes. Some other creators might go, of course I will. Hashtag hi Konami. Konami hire me to come to you. No, I don't care. I'll tell my best friend. My best friend. Hell yeah. Anyway, that's probably why we might see some stuff happen like that. And this is, once again, this is all conspiracy V. I could be 100% wrong. I want to emphasize that because people are going to be freaking out and running to everybody. Whatever. But, you know, it is what it is. And if you want to read more, check out, once again, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Market Facebook group. It's posted on there by one of the guys. And I talked to him about it. And you know, talk about what could happen if that was to be the case. And I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. Please make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Hit the like button, comment down below. It's your boy V. And you Paisanos have a great day.